cannot change anything until we accept it.
Oh my God. And I'll lick the dust of thine earth.
Condemnation does not deliberate, it oppresses. Unlike traditional horror that often relies on jump scares, gore, etc., folk horror is more focused on the beliefs and actions of people themselves, especially isolated communities enforcing their worldview. There is a witch in this movie who lives in the forest, and there is also the family, which are the main characters: Samuel, Jonas and Mercy, Caleb, Thomason, Catherine, and William. William could be the most influential character in the whole movie. We don't get much information on who he is or what the whole family's last name is. But as much as we know from the info that was given from the movie, we know the family are English Puritans who migrated to New England during the 1630s. Many Puritans left England because they felt the Church of England had become too corrupt and not strict enough, at least according to their interpretations of Christianity. In the opening scene, William is standing before a religious council. He criticizes them, accusing them of not following the true Christianity. The community sees him as arrogant and rebellious.
Then take your leave, and trouble us no further.
So he and his family are forced to leave the town. And from this moment of the film, the horrifying events starts happening to them. Their infant child gets abducted and killed by a witch. Their son gets possessed by the hands of the same witch and dies. The twins make a deal with the witch. And literally everyone dies except the biggest daughter, which at the end of the movie, she also makes a deal with the witch and becomes its slave. All because of William's stupid amount of pride. But we all know this. We know that most of the things, most of the incidents and accidents that happen in the movie happened because of this man. We're actually here to dive into the psychology behind someone's fanaticism, like William. One of the most influential theories on strict ideological thinking is the concept of authoritarian personality. These people usually believe rules always should be followed. They usually are the type of people who see the world as either right or wrong, and they're also the kind of people that have a hard time accepting different opinions from the others. William actually fits this description pretty well. He believes he knows God's will better than others that are not Puritans.
We travailed a vast ocean. Was it not for the pure and faithful dispensation of the Gospels? I cannot be judged by false Christians, for I have done nothing save preach Christ's true gospel.
Psychologist Ari Kruglansky introduced the concept of this phrase. It points to someone's desire for definite answers. These kind of people are the ones that cannot stand uncertainty. They resist changing their beliefs when confronted with information that goes against them. They want simple and clear explanation. Yes, William had too much pride, and it was his arrogance that led him and his family to the fate they ended up with. But he was not still a villain. He was raised in a very inflexible environment. Since he was a child, he lived with family who their whole life was shaped by different types of limits. In a timeline that most people just think about surviving and putting some food on their family's table. As I said, this movie belongs to the folk horror genre. So the main thing that we should be scared of is not the witch. It's the decaying beliefs. Although the events of this film takes place around 1630, there are still countries today where extremist religious beliefs continue to stand in the way of people's progress. Also, just want to say this as like a big brother thing. When raising our children, we should prepare them not only for today's world, but also for the world they will live in 10 years from now. So they're ready for the changes ahead. Bye.